To enhance its victim-centered approach of ensuring safety, well-being, psychosocial support, medical and legal assistance, NAPTIP set up a rapid response squad for immediate rescue of survivors. I'm Angela Abwegi. This is NAPTIP On The Move. The NAPTIP Rapid Response Squad ensures timely rescue of survivors of sexual and gender-based violence. Our package today will tell you more about the Rapid Response Squad. Don't go away. It's NAPTIP On The Move.
One of the most prevalent human rights violations in the world, with devastating impact on the survivors. Sexual and gender-based violence is a global concern. As such, timely response is critical and indeed a core component of NAPTIP's protection mandate.
In rapid response, we ensure that we respond as a matter of urgency for cases that borders on gender-based violence. We rescue the victims, we arrest the suspect or perpetrators, and we ensure that there is diligent investigation and prosecution. And not only that one, in rapid response, we also train other sister law enforcement agencies. Then we also ensure that there's temporary protection. When I mean temporary protection, in as much as the Violence Against Persons Protection Act, makes room for protection order. But in the interim, before that protection order comes, we ensure that the victim or survivor is kept in a way that he or she will not be further victimized, pending when the protection order comes out. Then we also supervise these protection officers. We can't be everywhere, so they are like our eye at the area councils. They get a report of a case, they immediately tell us, we swing into action, we go there. If there's anything that any victim that needs to be rescued, we rescue such victims. And if in event we also need to get the perpetrator, they can't do it there because they are not empowered to do that, we also extend our tentacles to the area councils. Yeah, it's not all cases that come here that you assume that they are valid cases. There was an instance where somebody brought a case here to us. We discovered that that person made that report out of malice, and it was during the process of trying to now use ADR that we were able to find out. Ordinarily, we would have said, okay, let us just push the case to court or do a case file. So we also use ADR, alternative dispute resolution. That is to make sure that all cases that come, you treat it in its merit. Another very important thing that we do is to ensure that victims, when they come here, we ensure that those that have injuries, we don't just leave them like that and continue with cases. We make sure that we hand them over to the VAP department, who now the officers there take them to hospital for maybe medical tests like issues of rape. They take them there for medical examinations. And if there are injuries, physical injuries, we also ensure that we don't just do cases without ensuring that they are alive. It's ruled that it's alive that will be there to face whatever issues that will come out in terms of prosecution.
Rapid response to cases of sexual and gender-based violence in the FCT is a collaborative effort.
We collaborate with other sister security agencies. We collaborate with the civil society. We collaborate with even medical facilities. Then we also collaborate with the Sexual Assault Referral Center, SAC, which is domiciled in Buhari. It's funded by European Union and managed by the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption, ROLAC. We do that because cases that borders on rape or incest, there's no way you can conveniently go to court and win a case if you don't have medical reports. And they do intensive medical reports, and that is what helps us, especially when we want to ensure that there's a robust investigation on cases of gender-based violence. So then we also go to other hospitals or clinics like the police clinic in Area 1. We also use the Gwarempa Hospital. Also ensure that some NGOs who ordinarily they can't arrest, they cannot also prosecute. When they refer cases to us, we follow it to the letter. And there's something that our Director General emphasizes on. Each case that we handle here, we ensure that we give a feedback. So the referral mechanism, when they refer cases, you ensure that you give them feedback. That builds the confidence that they have.
The Rapid Response Squad has been enhanced to ensure efficiency and effectiveness.
The Director General, first of all, but as soon as she came, what she did was to give us a befitting office. And not that our office is just ordinary office, it has a RAM. So we are now taking consideration for those who are physically challenged. Before now, it was a problem for them to even come from the main entrance to come and report cases. But with the coming of the new DG, she was able to get us a befitting office. And not that just an office, well-equipped office. We were having not just one vehicle. But with the coming of DG now, we can even, or the other vehicle on the pool that we can leverage up on to make sure that our work, moves on fine. Apart from providing the working tools, we also have our capacity belts. Like, officers have been trained on how to manage survivors of LGBTQ. There's this saying that you can't give what you don't have. Their capacity have been so built to the extent that their mental state is now, in the right frame. There are other trainings, specialized trainings to also help them, like issues of rape. It's not everybody that can handle issues that borders on rape. But with the trainings over time, it's no longer difficult for someone to now identify those indicators in the event that you're handling the cases of rape or incest. The training has given them that right frame to know what is expected of them in the event they are handling cases of rape and incest.
The Rapid Response Squad handles several cases, including raids to rescue survivors.
And there is this particular case I handled sometime last year of a woman that used razor blade to cut the houseboy in a room in the night without light. According to her, she claimed that she never knew that the boy was bleeding. When she got to know, she quickly rushed the victim to hospital, not hospital, to shoemaker, and asked the shoemaker, please help me and sew this boy, because the cuts are so much and so deep. It's like shame didn't allow her to go to hospital. So the shoemaker man said, no, shoemaker cannot sew this. You should take this child to hospital. She was begging the shoemaker to assist her. So the shoemaker has to raise an alarm that make the hospital to know. And the boy was rushed to hospital. It was right in the hospital that the son of the owner of the hospital went to the backyard and called NAPTIP, Rapid Response, to inform us concerning the issue. So we have to rush there, carry the child, and move the child to an appropriate hospital. We arrested the woman. The case went to court, and the woman was then pregnant. Actually, she was convicted, and she went in for it. She spent 2 years in prison. Another case of incest of a father having sex with his own biological daughter because the daughter was so close to him and was not close to the mother. According to the victim, he said, my mother is not my friend. My mother does not do anything for me. Only my father that gives me money to go to school, pay my school fees, give me money for pads, takes me for school runs. Because of that, when the father make advances on her, she couldn't resist it. She agreed, and the father got her pregnant. So when the father got her pregnant, the villagers, the communities, everybody came and they were asking her. She couldn't say it. At last, she was forced to say it. She said it's the father. She gave birth through cesarean process because she couldn't push out. And it happened that the child was an imbecile. So the child was taken to social welfare and orphanage, and the child is still in the orphanage. I have a lot of them like that. A man of 52 years raping a child of 6 years. We were alerted and we went there, rescued the victim, took the victim to SAC Center Buhari, who normally helped us out without collecting money from us, at least to get an evidence to prove that what we were saying, what they alleged was true, and for us to also get a medical report. That is one of the things that is required in the case file, for the case file to be pushed to court. We arrested the man. That case is also in court.
I have an experience here that a young man came here, the wife reported him, and it was in the course of investigation that we discovered that this man one day was sleeping, and the wife left him on that bed, went to the kitchen, boiled the water to boiling point and poured on his buttocks. The wife thought he was facing up, so he would have poured it on his private part, but he poured on his buttocks. That man wore pampers for 6 months without even coming. It was in the course of investigating the case that the wife brought here that we even knew that that man was violated. Men should speak out. They should speak out. They should not die in silence. Let them speak out.
To further enhance efficiency, the team receives case reports through several channels.
We receive our cases in so many ways. We receive from our call center. People come here on their own to come and report. Sometimes people call officers here and call our boss, especially the emergency ones. And our sister agencies also refer cases to us.
The rapid response team is very effective in carrying out its operations. However, there are a few challenges.
Culture of silence is a big issue with us here. You find out that people want to see issues of domestic violence as if it's a family thing. They look at it that the society abhors a woman speaking out. They look at it that the society abhors a woman coming to make a report against the husband. They look at it that the society abhors people going to wash their dirty linen in the public, not knowing that crime is a crime, and it's not a crime against that person, but a crime against the state. Then we have fear people coming to report, and the next day they are coming to withdraw cases because of economic deprivation. They are thinking of where do they go from here. Victim does not have accommodation. Victim does not have something to keep body and soul together. So we find out that they will come, the same people that came and reported a day after will come the next day, and they will tell you that their pastor or their imam or their community leaders have settled them. Then there are also issues where they come and they feel that the case that they reported, it might bring further revictimization, not knowing that there's what we call protection order. The essence of protection order is to ensure that as long as we have your case here and your life is under threat of victimization, we make sure that we provide the protection order. But they don't know all this. That is why you see them even at the point of going to court, they go and sue Ashebi, the suspect and the wife. You see them coming with Ashebi telling you that they have settled, that they're no longer interested in the matter. So these are serious challenges to us.
A word for parents and community leaders.
My advice is sometime It's not always good to give out our kids out for a house help, especially the minors. A child of 18, 19, 20 can say no, I will not do it. But the younger ones have no option than to do whatever they ask them to do. Come to my room, they will come. Lie down, they will lie. Do this, they will do. I advise our parents to manage whatever you are eating. Be with your child. Let's stop giving out our kids out for house help. And most of us that have female children, we should be very close to our children. We have this particular girl that said, my mother is not my friend, my mother is not close to me, she can't confide anything to her mom. Let's make our daughters our friend.
I actually want to appeal to the community leaders in FCT. They are trying, they are doing their best, but they could also do more, because you find out that some of these crimes that we're trying to curb that are coming from their community, if we don't nip it at the bud, it will also affect them. So they need to support us. And when I mean support, at every time they see NAPTIP officers on ground, they should ensure that we are giving the right environment to operate.
Are you or anyone you know a victim of sexual and gender-based violence? Report to NAPTIP and the Rapid Response Squad will swiftly come to your rescue. Every day, NAPTIP receives reports on all forms of violence against persons, diverse cases of domestic violence, rape, incest, physical abuse, especially child abuse. NAPTIP is leaving no stone unturned to ensure that victims are compensated and offenders severely punished. But NAPTIP needs a lot of support. The VAP Act will be most effective if all states adopt the Act as law. Then, victims shun the culture of silence and report to NAPTIP. Call NAPTIP today on 0703 00 203 or the toll-free short code 627. NAPTIP, ensuring a human trafficking and violence-free nation.
Now you know that the NAPTIP Rapid Response Squad is at your service and ever ready to rescue survivors of SGBV. Our event segment is next. Stay with NAPTIP on the Move. The Director General of NAPTIP, Dr. Fatima Waziri Azi, recently received a team from the International Ibero-American Foundation for Administration and Public Policies, FIAP, led by the Institutional Coordinator, Jose Nsang Andeme. FIAP implements the Action Against Trafficking in Persons and Smuggling of Migrants ATIPSM project, which is funded by the European Union. The discussions were focused on priority projects for the next phase of the project, which was categorized under policy, protection, prosecution and partnership with a view to improve coordination and efficiency. In her response, Dr. Fatima Waziri Azi commended FIAP for their collaboration with NAPTIP and stressed the need for sustainability in the outlined projects. She also stated that cooperation of all partners, law enforcement agencies, ministries, departments and agencies in data sharing is key to ensuring a harmonized national data bank. FIAP has been partnering with NAPTIP since 2019. NAPTIP, with support from the International Center for Migration Policy Development under the Nigeria Trafficking in Persons project, funded by the Kingdom of Netherlands, organized a medical outreach for victims of human trafficking and survivors of sexual and gender-based violence from NAPTIP, Wardcliffe and Meerkat shelters. Director Counseling and Rehabilitation Department and Program Assistant from ICMPD shed more light on the medical outreach and partnership.
The partnership existing between the Niger Republic and the Federal Republic of Nigeria has come to stay. This is courtesy of the ICMPD and the Kingdom of Netherlands Republic. For the children, the Protection Subcommittee has been able to carry out training of caregivers in the protection space. Also, we carried out medical outreach for victims and survivors of human trafficking. The fight against human trafficking can be won when we all come together and form better synergy to curb every form of human trafficking and end Dastardly Act. The Director General of NAPTIP appreciates very much the assistance given to the agency by ICMPD.
Here we are today under the framework of the project Strengthening Nigeria-Niger Cooperation on Countering Trafficking in Human Beings, a project funded by the Kingdom of the Netherlands. And so we would like to thank NAPTIP and NTA for this laudable initiative to put together medical outreach to victims of human trafficking here at the shelter, NAPTIP shelter in Abuja, Nigeria. We'd like to thank the government of the Kingdom of the Netherlands for their magnanimous support to make this project to come to bear. And ever since the inception of this project in 2021, we've seen a major milestones that have been achieved.
The volunteer medical personnel commended NAPTIP for the program.
We've partnered with NAPTIP and worked there for a while to provide volunteer medical services. Today I came with a few of my senior colleagues. So we came here to see some of the children. We've seen about 56 children and teenagers all together. So we've been able to review them. We spoke with them, the gynecologist spoke with them about their reproductive health. The family physician is still seeing them, and the eye specialist is also still seeing them. So it's been a lot of work. So hopefully in the future we'll have more people keen into this initiative, where specialists can come and render their services for free to these people who actually need them, and we can even have referral centers giving us services for free if possible. So I'm really glad and honored to be a part of this project.
The medical outreach was held at the NAPTIP shelter in Abuja. A federal high court in Kano State, presided over by Honorable Justice Mariam Sabo, has sentenced a 53-year-old man, Hyacinth Uchechukwu Enekwenchi, to 2 years imprisonment with an additional fine of 550,000 naira for attempting to procure the illegal entry of 2 women, 20 and 16 years of age respectively, from Oyo and Osun State to Libya through Niger Republic. In a related development, a federal high court in Maiduguri, Borno State, presided over by Honorable Justice Jude Dakat, has sentenced a 26-year-old man, Alhaji Baba Ali, to 5 years imprisonment with a fine of 500,000 naira for the sexual exploitation of a 9-year-old girl. As usual, we'll bring you an account of a victim. Keep watching.
One day I'm coming back from where my mother sent me. One man stopped me on my way coming back. He said, let me help him and buy bread and cook. I helped the man buy the bread and the cook. He dashed me money. I said, thank you. The next day the man called me my house. I said that I don't want to come. The man started following me anywhere he see me and started running away for the man. The day I'm coming back from school, the man stopped me on my way coming back from school. Start touching me and start shouting. Touching me and start shouting. Push me on the floor. Start abusing me. I said that I would tell my mother. I said, I'll tell my mother cannot do anything. From the day I start running away for the man. Anywhere I see the man start running, I cannot tell my mother. I tell the woman working with her. Say that okay, they will talk with the man. One day I'm coming back from work. The man stopped me on my way. Start touching me and start shouting. I don't know that the woman, she's following me with my back. She and her sister with her neighbor. The man started touching me, push me on the floor. After abusing me a bit. Where the woman come and catch her, she called like this. Where they catch the man, then bring us to the NAPTIP. Please, any girl she see a stranger calling her, please don't go. Please, thank you what NAPTIP did for me. Thank you NAPTIP for rescuing me.
For more inquiries and support, or to report cases of suspected human trafficking, violence against persons, and child abuse, please call NAPTIP hotline 0703 0000203 or the short code 627, or email us info@naptip.gov.ng. Visit our website www.naptip.gov.ng. Follow us on our social media platforms at NAPTIP Nigeria or watch our videos on YouTube.
This is the size of our package on this episode of NAPTIP On The Move. Do keep a date with us same time next week. My name is Angela Abwigi. Goodbye.